Hey, what's good guys? This is Chris from WearTesters.com. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel, the only sneaker channel here on YouTube where you come for the review and stay for the conversation. Today we have a performance review and a lifestyle review on these bad boys right here. This is the Adidas Ultraboost 2019. Now starting off with the traction right here, we have Continental rubber. On top of that, it is the traditional stretch web type of design that they have implemented in every single Ultraboost, including the original Energy Boost. That was not an Ultraboost, but it was essentially the first one. Now, a lot of people think that Continental rubber is used for, durability, which it's actually not. What it is used for, though, is for insane grip on most pavement surfaces or multiple different surfaces, just like the tire. So that tread and that rubber is supposed to be able to grip the pavement or the concrete much better than standard traditional sneaker rubber. And then having the stretch web design implemented in there so that you get ultimate flexibility within the outsole while still maintaining a ton of coverage. Casually, this kind of stuff honestly does not matter much, but performance-wise, it actually does. You run in these, how long have you been running in these for?
So
or how many miles?
75.
And you even ran a half marathon?
Yes.
Okay, and this was your shoe?
This was the shoe. We put up a thing on WearTesters and everybody surprisingly were more for these.
Yeah, we pitted these up against the Epic React 2s. So yeah, and everybody was more interested in the Ultraboost, which is actually a good thing because you consider this now your go-to shoe.
Yes, I want to run in these, and this is what I slip on and I head out the door. And
the traction itself, like, how do you feel? You've ran in the Ultraboost 2.0?
Yes.
Which is a good shoe. And this guy right here is obviously the newest rendition, but the traction is pretty much the same. So how do you...
It's a little bit different, but it's very similar. I was comparing the two. The circles are a little bit different, and these feel a little bit more stacked. Like the rubber's a little bit thicker, I feel.
So a little bit extra durability, because that's something that's always been a complaint with this stretch web, is that they've thinned it out to the point to where, like,
yes.
And you used to grind down your sides.
Right.
We've had a lot of weird weather here in Sacramento.
Yes.
It's been either really nice or it's been storming, and like it's been crazy. So you've actually gotten to run in these in all types of terrain and most different types of surfaces. So how do you feel that this stacks up against even say the 2.0?
These things are awesome. I've ran on everything, whether it's been wet or dry. The streets, sandy terrain, pebbles. I even, thanks to the half marathon, I had to deal with cobblestone, and these things were awesome.
No slipping?
No slipping. My ankles weren't too happy, but that had nothing to do with the traction.
That was just the terrain was uneven. Yeah, that sucks. Actually, this type of cushion is better for that because it
helped like soften the blow, but there's still those tweaks you get no matter what you're running.
It allows it to maneuver a little bit better because it's kind of flexible. So overall, you'd say that the traction on these compared to the 2.0 and the previous models, upgrade, downgrade, the same?
Pretty much the same. I mean, you can't beat Continental rubber, in my opinion.
It just
it's
works.
Awesome.
Now the cushion itself is Boost, as stated in the name, and these guys right here, they feature 20% more Boost.
They managed to pack 20% more Boost in there.
And what that means for pretty much anybody is that this is going to be a little bit more dense of a ride. It's not going to give you the ultimate spring back underneath your foot and stuff like that that you might be used to with some of the previous renditions of the Ultraboost. However, that can be a good thing depending on like who you're asking. If you're asking me, I think it's great just because it's not as mushy as the previous models, which were super comfortable. But what I was explaining to you is that I've been having tendonitis issues.
Right.
And so when you have that much mush or squish in your shoe, it kind of like you sink a little bit. So it was aggravating like that area, and especially long term. These guys I was able to go on. I'm still rehabbing my calf, so it's been a little bit rough. I can't actually run, but I've been able to walk, and we've been walking like a few miles every day, and it's able to activate the calf and all that stuff. And after the walking, my Achilles actually, they feel fine, which normally that's not the case.
Right.
So I think from a casual perspective, I think that it's great that it's a little bit firmer. It's a little bit more of a stable ride as well. Now, as somebody that runs, again, you've been saying this is your go-to, so
yes.
What do you like about this more than the ultimate Boost experience from the 2.0?
I think with the original Boost, it definitely had that when you step onto a playground, that rubber terrain, the bounciness, so you don't have that squish. It's definitely more stable, and I love it. It was hard for me to leave Boost, and so I was happy when we got it back in an awesome model.
What were you running in before you were wearing these?
Well, I've been in the React Flyknit 2s, which were pretty good.
Actually, that's probably the best comparison. I would say that's more of a squish than something like this.
I would actually put them on par. Like, that shoe was fantastic too. We're gonna do a review on that. But this one was just more me.
So for casual wearers, I think that this is a better long-term option as far as daily use, especially if you're on your feet all day. You're still gonna get all of that awesome impact protection that Boost does provide, but it gives you a little bit more stability, which is great for both running and casual or lifestyle.
I was definitely able to take these out for my long runs. I ran up to 13.1, a little over because you're zigging and zagging around people. And I was in a little pain the next day, but I still love them.
I mean, that's 13 miles. Like, you have me run 13 miles. I'm not even gonna get out of bed the next day. Now, the materials on these guys is still prime knit. It's something that we've seen since the original Ultraboost, the 1.0, if you will. The 3.0, they implemented this type of line within the knit, so they knitted it to where it was moving with the foot, with the skin. They tried to make that sound like it was like a second skin, so when you would move, it would go with your motions and not pull and tug at it and everything, which you seem to like.
Right.
Now for me, I honestly, like, just for casual use, prime knit, so it doesn't like make too big of a difference. All I know is that the overall material just feels comfortable, so I have no complaints with that. Prime knit looks good, it feels good. You can knit almost any type of design or color in there, which is awesome.
I love it because it stretches in all the right places and it keeps my foot where I need it to be without
constricting.
Yeah, making it feel like a snake is wrapped around my foot at one point.
Which is important for you as a wide footer.
Yes.
If you are aware of Adidas models, you're probably not surprised by this, but yes, they run long. So what I would do is go down half a size. This particular pair right here is my normal true size in almost every single sneaker, and they just have just a little bit too much space in the toe. It also makes it so that the prime knit upper feels a little bit roomy. It's not a huge ordeal because, again, I'm just, wearing these casually. I'm not running around in them. You, on the other hand, you do run around in them, and you still went down half a size even as a wide footer.
I will say that's probably the most frustrating part, is because how many different Ultraboosts have I owned? And I've always been a 6.5.
She's owned all of them. Every single one is the same size except this one.
I went in, I asked for a 6.5 just to double check. I put them on, I was like, nope, these are way too big. And if I were to wear these casually, I would even go down another half size.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
They run that big for you?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
So, but because I'm running, I want that extra room.
For like swelling and all that stuff,
so I just went down half size to my normal size.
And it worked out?
Yes.
So whether you are wearing them casually or running in them, down half a size is at the bare minimum recommended, but try them on in store just to be sure, because they're gonna fit everybody else a little bit differently. Now, the overall lockdown for casual use, it doesn't matter. It's a sock, it's a sock
right.
shoe. Yeah, this is how I'm wearing them, and it's not like anything crazy. I'm not like being like, hey, I want to go like run 13. Hell no. But you like them.
I love it.
And you don't even have to like lace them up too tight. They just kind of fit around your foot perfect. And then you have just enough support on the cage.
Yes. Once I adjusted the laces to my size, I haven't had to tie them again. I literally just yank them on and I'm out the door.
Oh, so these like a slip-on runner?
Yes,
for you? Wow.
because there's plenty of stretch in the collar, and the collar, it kind of looks unfinished, which isn't probably the best look, but I love it.
Yeah, it's not the most appealing, but at the same time, it doesn't look horrible.
No, and it doesn't rub on you or anything, which is awesome.
I think that was one of the things that they had noted. There are some additional little pillows inside that is new for the Ultraboost, and on top of that, the heel is very sculpted.
And it's sculpted and it's away from your foot.
Now, the cage was kind of like a point of emphasis where they used to be TPU.
Yeah, they'd be a plastic piece, and a lot of people didn't like that, whether it was...
This one's way different.
No.
It's just a screen mesh. It's super light. But it still does the same exact thing while reducing the weight.
It literally just feels like it's there to hold your laces.
Well, that is what it's there for, and according to you, it does a great job?
Yep.
Cool, so no complaints?
No complaints.
Now, the support features are just as you'd come to expect on all of the other Ultraboost models. There is a torsional support bar right there in the midfoot. What that does is add some midfoot rigidity so that you're not over flexing in certain ways. However, you still retain a lot of flex. The base is a little bit wide. You can actually see that within the shoe. So even with you as a wide footer, you're able to stay on the platform, which is great because, again, it's not going to like require anybody to go and be like, I need a wide whatever number it is, and then, or I'm a narrow or whatever. Just kind of, as long as they fit you for your size, then you should be good to go. And then another thing that they've actually done differently, much like the midfoot cage, is they've re-engineered the rear support. So they used to have a TPU sturdy, strong heel counter, and instead they've basically used this thinner version, but it still does the exact same thing. I'm actually kind of surprised because it looks really flimsy. Now you're a 4-foot runner, you're actually 4 foot heavy, and you run kind of like when you strike on this outside area of your foot. No issues? No issues whatsoever. No chafing, no digging into your feet. It's been very pleasant not having any weird blisters anywhere. So that pretty much takes care of it for the Adidas Ultraboost 2019. These things, as far as casual use goes, if you've had one, you've pretty much experienced them all, with the minor exception of these fit a little bit longer and the boost is a little bit more firm or stable. And then if you perform them, you think that this is the best one, or what is it? This is my favorite one. I had gone back to a pair of 2.0s a few months ago. Just to see? I was in between shoes and I was like, well, I know that these do well, and I don't know if the Boost if Boost gets old. It's an eTPU, so it's a plastic-based foam, so it's possible. My big toe was not in love, and so when I heard these were coming out, I was excited, but I was just like, maybe my feet don't love Ultraboosts anymore. And so for me to like run out the gate and these be awesome the entire time, I've been a very happy camper. Good. So overall, good purchase? Yes. Because we did buy these. This one was actually sent by Adidas, so thank you to Adidas for sending these out. The only complaint that I have casually is just that they fit long. So that pretty much takes care of it for everything. We hope that you guys enjoyed the review of these. If you were interested, she highly recommends them for running. They're fan-frickin-tastic. If you're doing a casual thing, if Boost is your thing, you're probably gonna love these too. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all your support, and until next time, guys, have a good one.